Hello, my few but good friends. I'm Geek Reviews, and I finally got a chance to see Straight Outta Compton, so that's what I'm going to review today. So, Straight Outta Compton was directed by F. Gary Gray, the director of Ice Cube's Friday, also Law Abiding Citizen, among many other things, many of which feature Ice Cube. Not an instantly recognizable name, but not unknown either, and you definitely don't associate him with bad movies, so that's good. Anyway, this film stars O'Shea Jackson Jr., who oddly enough plays his dad, Ice Cube. Eazy-E is played by Jason Mitchell, an unknown to me, and Dr. Dre is played by Corey Hawkins, another unknown, but he did appear in Iron Man 3 and Non-Stop. Not as major roles, but he was in them, and they were pretty major films. Scrolling down the cast on IMDb, the first most recognizable name is Paul Giamatti, making his second appearance in a movie I've seen this year as Jerry Heller. Now, I don't think I have to mention the roles he was in, but, 12 Years a Slave, Saving Private Ryan, The Truman Show, the list goes on. Now I think I've lingered on the cast long enough. Let's get into the story. So, Straight Outta Compton tells the story of the rise and the fall of the rap group known as the NWA, and mainly focuses on its three biggest members, Ice Cube, Eazy-E, and Dr. Dre. It also has a lot of commentary about race, generalization, and freedom of speech, but I'll get into that stuff later. So, as I said, it's the rise and the fall. So, after the fall, it follows Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, and Ice Cube going their separate ways. It's a true story, of course, so I don't think I have to be too careful with spoilers, but I'll do my best. The story goes in so many different directions with so many different characters, I don't think I can cover the whole thing, so I think I'll just go into the review. First, the bad. It was long. Probably 20 minutes or a half hour too long. It lingered way too much on completely pointless scenes such as them in a recording booth or random partying scenes. We get it. They're rich. If they did want to make it long, I think they should have fleshed out the emotional scenes or developed more characters, which brings me to the next bad. There are so many completely undeveloped characters. If you didn't listen to the NWA and you saw this movie, I still think you could only name 3 members. I know you can't cut them out because they were actually there, it's a true story, but give them something to do or say. One of them gets into an accident, and I honestly don't think they mention it again because he's that pointless of a character. Come to think of it, there was a lot of subplots they started but never followed through on. The only characters that really got a complete arc on their storylines were Dr. Dre and Eazy-E. They kind of end without saying what happens to Ice Cube. Well, they put it on the text screen because all true stories have to do that, but Dr. Dre really got a complete and satisfying end on camera, while Ice Cube only did in text form. Well, I guess that's it for bad. Onward to the good. There's a lot of good stuff. First, let's cover the commentary. I usually don't like commentary because it feels forced and unneeded, but since this is a true story, they just show you what happened and you can make up your mind about it. There is no bad or good guy. Even the protagonists were shown in their worst and most violent moments, which pleasantly surprised me. One of the biggest themes was freedom of speech, which in my opinion is the most important thing in this country. It's the First Amendment for good reason, and when that is jeopardized, it just makes me sick. So, as to be imagined, the F the police scene disgusted me, that they were arrested, and it truly did. And I just realized if you haven't seen it yet, you have no idea what I'm talking about, so moving on. There were a lot of emotional, tear-jerking scenes, most notably the ending. It was all very well done, possibly even sadder than Pixar's Inside Out. The three main characters, again, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre, and Eazy-E, were very developed. They all have very different and distinguishable personalities, which I assume were what the people were actually like. Also interesting, there were few cameos of rappers, not the actual rappers, but people playing them, such as Snoop Dogg and Tupac, who I didn't realize worked with Dr. Dre. Another thing, whoever casted this movie spent a lot of time getting the actors to look like who they were playing while having them be really good actors. It's really incredible. All the performances were exceptional, especially Paul Giamatti, who doesn't play a clear bad guy like he did in Love and Mercy, but rather a more gray area type of character, which were what most of the characters were like, which might be my favorite aspect of the film. The writing and directing style, especially at the riot scenes, was also very well done. In the end, Straight Outta Compton is an emotional, powerful, great true story with a lot of important commentary that had very unnecessarily long, pointless, and underdeveloped characters. But the good most definitely outweighed the bad, so this is a film you definitely shouldn't miss, and I would not be surprised if it's an Oscar contender.